Okay, here we are. Let us go to notability as usual. So, operations. What are the properties of these operations? Properties. So the first is the commutativity of intersection. So we have that A intersection B is equal to B intersection A. Sorry, A. Then associativity we have A intersection B intersection C is equal to A intersection B intersection C. Of course, A, B, and C here are sets, and let us prove. Let us prove commutativity. So you have here that A intersection B by definition is the set of X such that X is an element of A and X is an element of B. But we know that AND is commutative. So we have that this is equal to the set of the X such that X is an element of B and X is an element of A. And this is B intersection A. Nice. And again, you can also use the proof. You can also give the proof of associativity. Proof of associativity is the same if you have A intersection B intersection C is equal to the set of the X such that X is an element of A and X is an element of B and X is an element of C. I don't put commas here. I don't put quotation marks. It is clear what I am talking about. But here we use the fact that the symbol, the logic connection AND is associative. So we end up with X such that X belongs to A and X belongs to B can be considered before, and then we can consider X belongs to C. This is very easy. And so, of course, this is equal to A intersection B intersection C. So the first comment, easy comment, the first comment is that associativity means, or better, implies that one can skip brackets. So we have A intersection B before and then intersection C is equal to A intersection B intersection C, this can be skipped because parentheses here are there for nothing, so you can directly write down A intersection B intersection C. Very easy. And the second comment, which is a bit deeper, the second comment says that all these properties can be recovered by the analogous properties of the logical connective appearing in the definition and on OR. So as a consequence, this property, the properties of commutativity and of intersection, also holds for union. This is very simply understood because intersection relies, the definition of intersection relies on the logical connective and the definition of union relies on the logical connective or. So we have that the same properties of associativity and commutativity holds for union and intersection, for and or, so they also hold for union and intersection, and here, okay. And this is how to modify the proof. I just so it is very, very easy. I don't want to go with that. But of course there is another property, which is the distributivity. Of union and intersection. And what distributivity says is that A union B intersection C is equal to A union B intersection A union C, or A intersection B union C is equal to A intersection B union A intersection C. This is the distributivity of the union and intersection. And as an exercise, I ask you to prove it. And yeah, to prove it, just use the analogous properties of the logical connective. And then the last property are the other properties. So that gives you the interactions between union, intersection, and difference. That says the following. That says that if you have A minus B union C, this is equal to A minus B intersection A minus C, and A minus B intersection C is equal to A minus B union A minus C. Okay, this is very, very, very basic. Again, if you want to prove it, just use the properties of the logical connections. So I think this is all also for what concerns the basic operations between sets. I have to say that the lectures in this way are much faster than the physical lecture that I'm used to give. Then probably you need to look at it more properly and so on. But this is basically the content of 3-hour lecture. But now we did not complete the 3 hours. So let me tell you something about the course. The first thing I have to tell you about the course is that of course there are many books. And there is one book that has been written expressly for this course, and then the book by Claudio Canuto and Anita Tabacco, who is a teacher of this course in another channel in Italian, and it is Mathematical Analysis 1. This course really fits your needs, and because it is written for you. But there are many other books. You can also look at books whose name is Calculus 1, and in particular I like the book by Robert Adams, Calculus 1, which has a more practical approach. When you read calculus, it means that it is more practical. When you read analysis, it means that it is more theoretical. So, and another book of calculus is the book by James Stewart, not the actor, but the mathematician James Stewart. And again, it is calculus 1. I say calculus 1, that can be differential and integral calculus, something like that. This is calculus 1. And so more or less this is all, but then I will move forward in order to complete these 3 hours for today, giving you some other info. And this is the part you need in order to do the exercise you will receive from Dr. Boni or from Professor Carlini, depending on what is your course, if you are AK or KZ. Okay, then for Italian students, because there are many Italian students among you, and there are many books, I suggest you the book by Fabio Nicola, who is another teacher here at Politecnico, who wrote this lezioni di analisi matematica 1. This is the book by Fabio Nicola, and So there are many other books, and a classical book is the book by Giovanni Prodi, Analisi Matematica 1. Very nice and very deep, but difficult. The same can be said by the book by Enrico Giusti, Analisi Matematica 1, and the title is always the same, Analisi Matematica 1. I suggest these books also for non-Italian in order to learn a bit of Italian, at least starting from the Italian of mathematics, which is very basic, very simple. The last book I like very much, but there are many books, I don't know all of them, is the book by Pagani and Salsa, Analisi Matematica 1. These are in general quite simple references. Okay, what should you do with these books? You are of course not obliged to buy them, but just give them a look, and in particular try what is your preferred one, because you have different sensitivities between you, and then some books I like very much and you could find these books not so satisfactory, and so it is very subjective. Okay, so give a look in the library, on the web, and then decide what is your preferred one. Also for the exercise there are many books. In the book by Canuto Tabacco there are also many exercises. Here and here there are many exercises, and there is also Giusti, another volume of exercises, and which is very nice and very difficult. Okay, thank you very much, and I go with another video immediately.